Hey guys, here is the final war of the season. We've got a big mismatch here, so we're not going to be boosting too big, and we're already locked in P2. So this war really doesn't matter. We matched an ally that is in P3, so yeah. And yeah, the strat for this Iron Man Infinity War, just throw off some L2s, get the Furies, and finish the fight with an L3, hopefully. To bypass that last little armor bit. It doesn't turn out that way, but that's the strategy. And yeah, just gonna take it slow, pretty easy fight. Now we've got a Maw on node 11. This is an extremely easy Doom fight, as always. Build to L3, L3 will kill. Very, very easy. Now we've got a Emma on Power Alternator. This is a decent placement. Due to heavy hitter here, she will be a stun man with heavy hitters, so there is some difficulties of that, but thankfully Doom is so tanky that it really doesn't matter, and Power Alternator will make it quite hard to, cycle L1s and L2s here. Regardless, it's still a super easy Doom fight, just a little bit longer. Here is a Kingpin on Power Snack. I think this is a really bad placement. Using Mystic Dispersion, you can get a bunch of power from baiting heavies out with that Unstoppable. And Doom is really just never going to die here, no matter what happens. Along with a bunch of other champions that handle this very well, like Archangel and Omega Red. Really just is not much of a difficult fight at all. And I don't think this is a good placement. We're just going to Dex before L3 and do the same strategy that we do for Doom fights here. Except for this one will be much, much quicker. Very, very easy fight. Now we've got Mixmaster Poco. Again, a pretty easy Doom fight. We're just going to be trying to keep those prowess down and throwing out threes for damage. Pretty simple strategy. I did mess this up a little bit the other day, but now we're not going to mess it up. And yeah, very, very simple fight. I do think Doom is the best counter to this if you do not have a Corvus ramped up. But yeah, very, very simple fight. Now we have an Ihulk on Intercept. We're just going to turn off the Intercept node in Ihulk's Immortality with Falcon. He does have Sadist, so we don't really want to throw those O1s, and other than that, just a super simple Falcon versus Ihulk fight. Here's a Professor X on Intercept Mighty Charge with Doom. We're just going to build to our L3 and let the L3 go off and kill him. Very, very simple fight. Now we've got a Modok on 53. With Falcon, he can still auto-block due to the increased ability accuracy. We will turn it off most of the time. The main thing we want to look out for is we still can't do 5-hit combos, and I do want to be going for intercepts here to avoid dying to block damage. And just try and avoid getting clipped by his L1, because I seem to do that every single time I take this fight. I do have a little bit of a scuffed fight here, but it's no big deal, because we do make it out alive, though the invulnerability boost saved us. And yeah. And now for the final fight of the season, we have this Terrax on 55. Pretty simple Doom fight. We're just going to throw our L2s for damage and spacing. And you can just chill with Rockfield. He is armor break immune, so you're not going to be taking all that much block damage against Terrax. I think Doom is a pretty good Terrax counter on nodes that are simple, like this 55. There's not a lot that makes this hard to do. You just gotta keep brute force in mind, but you are a mystic, so you won't take very much damage from brute force against Terrax. And yeah, Doom having really high damage in the armor break immunity makes this really, really simple. And with the L2, you can throw this into Rockfield, and with that spacing, you're gonna be getting the L2 without taking very much damage from Rockfield and letting Rockfield expire, and it's quite nice. And yeah, that is the end of the war season. We went 101-1 and we landed in Plat 2, which is not ideal. But yeah, decent season on my part.